Hey, my friends. So today I am stepping into uncharted territory, for me anyway. It is recipe sharing. I have been asked by several people to share what I eat in a day, and honestly, I am not totally sure how I want to tackle that because I haven't even really watched that many of those kinds of videos. So I figured, why not start small with some simple recipes that I make all the time. So today I am sharing my go-to protein balls that I whip up for my husband and myself. They are super easy to make, and I promise they taste way better than they look. And this is what they look like. This is what we're making today. Somebody told me they look a little bit like a buckeye. I'm not even sure what a buckeye is, so I'll just say okay. But anyway, I know, yes, there are a million protein ball recipes out there, but this one is a favorite in my house, and my husband actually loves them and takes them to work most days when I have them on hand. Actually, it's kind of hard to keep him out of them, but I don't mind because they are better for him than most of the stuff that he could be eating. Welcome back to the channel. For anyone who's new here, I'm Rachel, a 2-time breast cancer survivor with a simple goal to help you live a happy, healthy life by sharing what I have learned along the way. I am here to show you how making simple changes in diet, lifestyle, and attitude can make a big difference in how you feel and how you look. So, that sounds like something you're into? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I will do my very best to make it worth your time. Now, telling you sharing recipes makes me a little bit nervous because while we love them, I am always worried other people won't. I am not a chef, obviously, but what if you try them, and you hate them, and then you start questioning all of my choices and my advice, but hey, if they are not your thing, just lie to me in the comments and we'll pretend this never happened. Deal? Okay, I'm telling you now too, I don't have pretty little dishes to measure out my ingredients, and I am probably never going to get any. I am trying to get rid of stuff, not add to it. So you will see no Pinterest-worthy bowls here. I'm sorry. I am working on practicality over picture perfect. And if I do more of this winging it kind of thing without notes, you are likely to see some of my quirks, let's call them. We will see how this goes. We'll just roll with it if it happens. But moving on, like I said, I know there are tons of protein ball recipes out there, but I like this one because it is simple, it's versatile, and it's packed with good stuff. I use almond flour instead of oats because 1, I like the texture, and 2, it's higher in protein, fat, and fiber, and lower in carbs. That said, if oats are more your style, go for it. I have done both. Either way, you are going to get a delicious, energy-packed snack that is great whenever you need a little something. So let's get to it. Here is what you are going to need. You're going to need 1 cup of almond flour or oats. I pre-sifted these already. I don't like big clumps in my almond flour. So again, sift if you like. If you don't like clumps, that's fine too. But again, it's 1 cup of almond flour or oats if you prefer. They're lower in calories, but they are higher in carbs. Your choice. Next, you are going to use 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. They're a good source of fiber, little protein, and lots of other benefits. Then, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. If you use an unsalted nut butter, you may want to add a little bit more, or if you don't like it, use a little bit less. Then 1 scoop of vanilla protein powder. My scoop is a little equivalent to more than 1/4 cup of this particular brand. This is the one I use. I'll list it up here in the corner. It's got minimal ingredients, it's very clean, sweetened with stevia and monk fruit, and it's actually cheaper than you would think. All right, next we have 1/3 cup of either maple syrup, or if you're trying to keep it lower cal or sugar-free, you can use allulose syrup or any other sugar-free syrup. I prefer allulose and monk fruit over most because allulose, while technically a carb, doesn't behave like other carbs. It's not metabolized by the body, so no added calories or blood sugar spikes. Plus, recent research shows that it's good for your gut microbiome. Now, I make my own syrup sometimes using a monk fruit and allulose blend because the pre-made stuff is ridiculously expensive. Today, I'm using a mix of maple syrup. There's like a tablespoon of maple syrup in here and my allulose syrup because I ran out of the allulose syrup. Okay. So there we go. Like I said, 1/3 of a cup of that. Then you are going to use a half a cup of natural peanut butter. You want the kind that you have to stir, room temp and runny but blended. Whatever brand you use, try to go for something with no added sugar, just peanuts, maybe a little salt. The one from Costco is my favorite. This is it. I have to drive 90 minutes to get it, so I stock up. If your peanut butter is a little too thick, you can heat it up to make it easier to mix. You can also use almond butter or whatever your little heart desires, as long as you have that runny consistency. All right, so we'll put that in there. And again, mine is just a little bit of peanuts and salt. But I like salt, kind of like salt, savory and sweet together. So I added a 1/4 teaspoon of salt to mine. Okay, then we have a 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. That is it on the ingredients. You're going to mix it up until it's all well combined. If it feels too dry to you, you can add a little more syrup or peanut butter. If it's too wet, add a little more almond flour or protein powder. We are looking for a dough that sticks together but isn't too sticky to handle. Okay, while I'm mixing here, I'll tell you, I am late to uploading this because I recorded one a few days ago and you couldn't see what I was doing. Then I recorded it again the other day and my sound went out halfway through. So hopefully third, maybe fourth time is a charm here. Hopefully it'll work this time. Okay. All done mixing it up. Here's what it looks like. Now it's time to play with your food. Take a scoop of the dough, put it in there, roll it in your hands to form a ball. You should get about 12 to 15 balls out of this, depending on how big or small you make them. I try to be consistent here. Let's see, they're not sticking, they're not too sticky, they're not sticking to my hands or anything.
A few moments later.
Okay, there we go. I got 14. This one's a little bit smaller than the rest of them. Okay, after you have formed all the balls, you are going to pop them into the freezer to set for about 15 to 20 minutes. While they're in the freezer, you are going to melt a 1/4 cup of sugar-free chocolate chips with a teaspoon of coconut oil in the microwave. I use the Bake Believe brand. They are sweetened with stevia and they are a little bit cheaper than the Lily's brand. You can find them at Walmart, occasionally at Sam's or online. Stir them every 15 to 20 seconds until it's smooth. All right, I will be right back. Okay, once your protein balls have been in the freezer and they have set up a little bit, you are going to take them out and you are going to dip them in the melted chocolate. Just like that, easy peasy. It's a little messy though. Now, I don't dip the whole thing, just a little, because that's the way I like it. I will fast forward through this part so you don't have to watch me dip all of these things. Okay, once you have got these all dipped, then you are going to pop them back in the freezer for just a little bit to set the chocolate, and you are done. Seriously, whoo, loud noise. Sorry, seriously, it could not be any easier than that. Well, actually, it could. If you want to save a step, you could just dump the chocolate chips into the mix and then form them into balls that way, and voila, you are done. But I like coating the chips instead of putting them on the inside. I don't like them crunchy. Now, these balls are best stored in the fridge or the freezer. They should last a week or two, but let's be real, they don't make it that long in my house, so I don't really know how long they will keep. I will probably find out though, because since I had to do this video 3 times, I have a shit ton of these things in my freezer now. They are perfect for a quick grab and go snack or a post-workout fuel or even a late night treat when my hubs is craving something sweet. He has got a much bigger sweet tooth than I do. So there you have it. My go-to protein balls that are quick, easy, and delicious. Someone I made them for said that the texture reminded her of frozen Reese's eggs. I have no idea if that is accurate. It's been ages since I ate one of those, let alone frozen, so I will figure out the macros and list them below along with the recipe. If you give them a try, let me know what you think or what you would add. I used to put in other stuff like flax or hemp seeds, but that just gets too complicated. I like simple and tasty. Okay, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and let me know if you want me to do more of this kind of stuff. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below for all the fuzzy, good vibes, motivation, and whatever else I might put out there. As always, thanks for watching. Take care of you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.